Hello everyone, this is Super Smash Bros. Fan again, and welcome back to the channel. This is probably my second upload today. So we're gonna react to the PAB Magazine January of 2026. So yeah, without further ado, let's get this reaction started. Just gonna close this door of mine. It's time, boys! Oh, you. Let's do this.
Hey guys, what's up? Pixel Art Builder 583 here again,
Nice avatar.
and welcome back for another long-awaited edition of the PAB Magazine. Last year has been a very emotional and stressful roller coaster for me.
Whoa. Not just you, but for all of us too.
For reasons I will not mention here, but it did get very ugly and I was having none of that the slightest. But for now,
Yeah.
that should be behind us.
Thank God we're in 2026. I'm not gonna say the big 2026 because, yeah, I don't want to be like those new gens out there.
So, here's what we're going to cover right now for this. Sam, the mic is yours.
Here we go! Microsoft Sam plays Minecraft.
Thank you, Pix. Again. Now, here we are going to bring to you Microsoft Sam Plays Minecraft for the halftime special of Season 8. Yes,
Yep.
not a lot of production has been up and running lately, and that was mainly due to forcing focus on another smaller project for Pix to
Yeah.
warm himself up for it. Essentially, the approach there was to clear out the smallest rocks of the pile first before focusing on the big ones that actually matter most. Given those smaller ones are just obstacles that tend to get in the way, they were a means to prepare us for the bigger stuff that does matter. Take it as you will, but I know
Yeah.
that eventually, more consistency for the scene development will resume at the end of the day. We don't know when we'll continue that, but we hope for the more realistic standpoint that we can finish part 1 of it before spring, which should be more specific, realistic, attainable, measurable and time-bound.
Yeah.
And for the SMART acronym, there will be no promises on any of that, but we hope that we can stick to it at some point eventually, if not now. On another topic, we are touching base with funny signs and errors Mark II. Now, I
Yep.
know that there was a teaser for that which announced what's going to change, but in case some of you haven't watched that yet, here's how I'll break it down. Instead
I watched it.
of funny
I know that doesn't help, but still.
signs and errors Mark II, it's now going to be called Vocal Synthesis Madhouse.
Yep.
That's right, we are giving the series a different title.
Which is oh wait, sorry. I was about to say the oh yeah, the slogan called the slogan. Unleash your creativity.
Given that so much has changed for it since the first rendition. Changes and overhauls will include but are not limited to me no longer being the only one to read and react to everything. Number 1. Mike, Mary and Scotty will join me on that trope, where I will read the errors,
Yeah.
Mike will read the signs, Mary will react to the design fails, and Scotty will read the memes.
Oh yes.
Combining all the materials Pix finds along with those requested by others, we'll make more qualitative episodes, while also keeping reasonable amounts. There will also be a few more rules and regulations as to the requesting, though they will not be implemented immediately.
Oh god, that just gave me an idea for a sign I should request eventually. This part of the girls, just getting pizza.
As we work our way
I don't know why that just came into my head.
up to the later episodes, we'll update what we can and then make it more consistent. That way we don't confuse anyone with anything. But before we carry on with that, episode 11 is currently on the works. but that does development just before Pix has to focus on another smaller project. Given what we know
Yeah.
so far, we're inching toward finding out how we can execute the ideas and plans for how to react to each error, sign, design fail and meme. The same goes for every episode we plan to produce in those regards, but we'll try to twist the formula in every way possible, if need be. Whenever appropriate, we'll be sure to make the time for it, whenever the chance presents itself.
Microsoft Sam Friends Play
Now then,
Friends
we're
Play
on
Left
to
4 Dead 2.
Microsoft Sam and Friends Play Left 4 Dead 2, which is another priority that we have on the list regarding Episode 6. It originally
Yeah.
began development back in December of 2025, before the holidays commenced, but then we had to stop
Sorry.
that to make room for the Christmas special of that year. But now, I'm going to say for that matter, we also have that on our to-do list. Once that's
Yep.
edited out, we are going to be premiering that. Also, if you guys are wondering
Yo!
about what we are going to do next after that,
Can't wait for the premiere. I don't want to miss it though.
look no further. We are going to go for episodes 7 and 8 next, before we rotate to another segment of it. Episodes
Yep.
7 and 8 will, however, be expected to take a bit to figure out the casting for that, so to make sure we are ready, we'll
Yeah.
conduct some training practices for plenty of other collaborators in case they want to take a seat
Yeah.
as which characters. We are also going to keep it clear that people are to remain in character when doing these episodes, which we have plenty of guidelines for. With that being said, to reiterate, we'll edit episode 6, plan for episodes 7 and 8, and then rotate to another segment. Now then, it's on to Alex for the next pieces to cover.
Oh.
Thank you, Sam. Now then, where are we at? Oh, right. Speech Fortress. So, as you can see, Microsoft Sam Plays Team Fortress 2 is officially back under a new name called Speech Fortress. Not only that,
After years of it being dead.
but there are other things that
Honestly.
are planned for this series, such as Sam and I taking turns on which matches to play and so on. Speaking of which, for the next 2 episodes, I plan to let Sam take the reins on for it. Because 1, we have returning faces who are wanting to participate in the action, and 2, Sam says he has unfinished business over at Manhattan, an MVM map that we plan to tackle and relive in episode 6, given the failure that ensued in its predecessor at its earliest days. This time around, Sam and Pix say they have more backup than ever before, and they don't intend to waste it. So, I'll take their word for it when they said I should. There's also more stuff being considered as of late, which involve collaboration and so on and so forth. I'm not going to go into exact details, but in the grand scheme of things, it's leading to a better dynamic according to them. Though, we're going to see where all the other episodes go when the time comes for it.
Yeah.
For now, we're going to carry on with letting Sam take the reins for the next 2 episodes before I spring in again for the other few.
Alright.
Anyway, let's let Natural Sam take the stage for this one before I exhaust my Thunderbolt ports on this.
Here we go, everyone. Microsoft Sam Plays
Thank
Killing
you,
Floor 2!
Alex. Next up, we got Microsoft Sam Plays Killing Floor 2. From where we last left off in Season 7, I believe Alex took the reins on Episode 11, and when he did, he played on 3 short-length maps.
Yep.
For the next episode, we are trying to get casting for that episode sorted out on an endless match.
Yeah.
However, we're still trying to make a good time for the recording to happen, and due to
Yeah.
the fact that the game has about 100 gigabytes in storage, Pix has to rely on his laptop for that to happen, and the
Yeah.
sacrifice he has to make with it is that he needs to forego the 4K resolution and 16:9 aspect ratio in favor
Yeah, Pix his laptop though.
of the 16:10 aspect ratio. But the experimentation of that is not finalized yet. If there's a way to still make it 16:9, the only sacrifice that would be made is giving up the 4K stuff in favor of the HD. It is also as a means to prevent the game from crashing, since when Pix played on his portable SSD, it disconnected on him
Yeah.
a few times mid-match and it forced
Oh my.
the crash.
Oh my. Oh god. Yeah. Yeah, lately my portable SSD has been doing that too. I don't know why it does that.
So, I feel as though we're limited on options here. We also got another thing on the plans list for Microsoft Sam and Friends plays on the Army trilogy. Now
Yep.
normally, Sam would be the one speaking on that front, but since Alex's group is gonna take charge on the second mission and so on and he can't speak without the virtual machine getting stuck, I decided to talk instead. So, we're fully cast on the second mission as to who is playing as who. However, there is a tremendous roadblock preventing the recording phase from going through,
Uh-oh.
and it involves a laptop charger problem on one of the collaborators' ends. That's what
Uh-oh.
I feel comfortable leaving it at, since we don't like going into too many personal details. But we're considering plenty other stuff and doing more projects to pass the time while the said collaborator gets his end of the dilemma sorted out. Until that time comes and until there is a proper timetable that everyone can reach, the series unfortunately remains on standby. But anyways,
Alright.
we're gonna go on to Mike for the next two topics.
Thanks, Natural Sam. Now then, let's get on to business with Microsoft Mike Plays Terraria. And boy, where do I begin from here? Recently, the new major update called Bigger and Bolder has surfaced in it, and it has delivered a slew of new features and quality of life changes, such as new achievements, new items, new types of world seeds,
Huh.
improved interfaces, and so forth. To that I'm going to say, I'm planning on taking full advantage of it when we get started on season 2 of this series. Although speaking of which, we do not know when we'll start season 2. While we decide on
Give
when,
us a
I'm
time,
going
ladies
to
and
talk
gentlemen.
about the plans for it. It'll continue where we left off on Sinomas, although I fought a boss on it and got some loot. So, in the next season, I'm gonna create a smaller world, build a base in advance for it, and bring in a few buddies such as Natural Mike and Mac Bruce. Though that'll only
Yeah.
be the start of the collaborative effort that I'll be putting in place regarding the season. Though this time, we don't know the episode capacity we are going to put it at. We only intend to end the season when we feel as though it's good enough in consistency and like season 1. For now,
Yeah.
though, I plan to world build
Yeah,
more
I know
properly
why.
with
I
some
know why
guidance and
season
help.
1 ended.
Right now, though, we are gonna go on another topic. From what we've all seen in Pix's community posts on YouTube, there was a poll on which game I should go for. And the Do What You Want option won the most votes. So that gave Pix the
Yeah.
opportunity to do a series where I would play Portal Stories Mel. I know, there's Portal Revolution, but Pix decided we should go to Stories Mel first before anything else. I
Alright.
also know there was Portal Reloaded, which I did back in 2021, but
Oh yeah, those episodes.
that barely amounted to anything given there was only one mechanic and not any story added in it. To be fair, that was only a miniseries which had no real substance, at least in terms of depth in my opinion. Case in point, though, when I get past Portal Stories Mel, that'll be when I'll consider doing Portal Revolution and also season 2 of my Terraria series. If there are any questions you guys may have about it, comment down below in the comments section. But right now, we'll go on to Mary for her own topic.
Yep.
Thank you, Mike. So, we are going to dive more into Microsoft Mary Plays Shantae Advance, Risky Revolution. Now, in the end of the finale that released a few days ago, I said there were plans to do a speedrun in the future. And I'm not intending on going back on those plans. At some point later this year, I may end up going back to the game to speedrun it. That way I can give this series more longevity from the regular episodes I built it at. But that's not all. While we're at the speedrunning thing, we'll be making a poll as to which costume from the Deluxe Edition DLC I should go with first for the said speedrunning. The one with the most votes gets to go first, while the one with the least goes last. I'll give it about 2 weeks or less, depending on what the votes are like in terms of amount by then. By the time the poll ends, a post about it will be made, dictating where the series will go from here in the near future. For the time being, though, we are going to decide the time for that much later when less plans clutter up the schedules. But now, we are gonna go with the stuff we have for now, and then decide later on. Anyways, let's go back to picks for one final thing on the list.
Here we go. It's recap time, bitches.
Thank you, Mary. So now that we covered a whole bunch of stuff from this edition, it's now time for the good old-fashioned recap. But I'm
Good
gonna
old
do it
fashioned.
more differently this time.
Oh,
Instead of voicing that myself, I'm gonna save some breath by having those who covered their specific topics recap it for me. So, here we go.
1. Microsoft Sam Plays Minecraft Season 8 Halftime Special is planned to have its first part done before this year's spring, and then we plan to continue from there. 2. Microsoft Sam Reads Funny Signs and Errors Mark 2 is now Vocal Synthesis Madhouse, and Mike, Mary and Scotty are joining me in reading and reacting to stuff in the episodes to come. 3. Microsoft Sam and Friends play Left 4 Dead 2 will add Episode 6 edited out, before we advance to Episode 7 and 8.
4. I will let Sam take the reins for Speech Fortress episodes 5 and 6.
5. We intend to experiment more with the aspect ratio for Microsoft Sam Plays Killing Floor 2. 6. Alex and his gang will take the reins on Mission 2 on the Army Trilogy, though one of our collaborators needs to sort out his laptop charger situation first.
7. Microsoft Mike Plays Terraria Season 2 will build off of Cinemess, while residing in a smaller world with a few more collaborators joining in on the fray. 8. Microsoft Mike Plays Portal Stories Mel will be done first before Portal Revolution.
And 9. We are making a 2-week or less poll for which Deluxe Edition DLC costume will be first for speedrunning Shantae Advance, Risky Revolution.
And that's all she wrote for this edition of the PAB Magazine, folks. If you enjoyed this update, be sure to like and subscribe for more in the future if you haven't done so. This is Pixel Art Builder 583 signing off. Peace out.
yep. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Oh, shit. Anyways, yeah, thanks all for watching this reaction video, and I'll see y'all in the next video. With that said, this is Smash, and I say peace out.